Running for President by Mary Turk. Table of Contents. Introduction, page 3. Chapter 1, Becoming a Candidate, page 5. Chapter 2, On with a Campaign, page 8. Chapter 3, Slogans and Symbols, page 11. Conclusion, page 13. Glossary, page 14. Introduction. Do you think you would like to be President of the United States someday? Many people dream of becoming president, but only a few succeed. Still, every 4 years, many people try. We elect or vote for a president every 4 years. Why? Well, the kind of government we have in this country is called a democracy. That means the people get to pick the person running the country. They do that by voting for a new president every 4 years. George Washington, our first president, did not run for office. Everyone agreed that he should be president. Every citizen in a democracy should vote. But before people vote, they have to decide who will do the best job. They want to find out what each candidate or person running for office believes. Then, gradually, over time, they will make a decision and vote for a candidate. So, how do candidates win votes? There are lots of ways. Some ways have been used since this country began, but there are new ways too. Let's find out what they are. Chapter 1, Becoming a Candidate. How does a person become a candidate for president? Well, about a year before the election, the person begins his or her campaign. That's a series of actions the candidate needs to take in order to be chosen as the final candidate and then to win the election. The candidate tries to gain support from a political party. The two largest political parties today are the Democrats and the Republicans. Each party gives its support to one candidate. This support is called endorsement. Smaller parties also choose candidates. The party will support the candidate and help him or her try to win the election. In 2000 and 2004, Ralph Nader ran for president from the Green Party. Conventions. Candidates must get their ideas out to people to win votes. So candidates travel across the country, meeting people and giving speeches. They build support. People agree to vote for them in the election. But gaining support is not easy. Sometimes officials have to be prodded to give their endorsement. Sometimes a campaign stalls and a candidate drops out of the race. Strong candidates make it to the party's convention. There the party will choose its final candidate for president. Supporters cheer on their candidate at their party convention. Party conventions are held during the summer before the election. People called delegates travel across the country to attend. The convention is a meeting, but it's also a giant celebration. People wear funny hats and wave signs. They inflate balloons with the name of their candidate on them and decorate the hall with them. The party convention has a serious purpose too. The people at the convention choose the party's final candidate for president. Chapter 2, On with the Campaign. After the conventions are over, the final candidates work hard to get their message out to as many people as possible. Most candidates give a stump speech, which contains their basic message. They give this speech over and over. The name of the speech comes from the 1800s, when many settlers across the country were building new farms and towns. They had to cut down trees to make room. The stumps that were left became a place for the candidates to stand while they spoke. When a candidate came to town to speak, people from miles around came to listen. Bands played, and people had fun. Trains were a way to connect with people across the country. This is Harry Truman campaigning for president in 1948. Whistle stops. Later on, candidates made whistle stops as they traveled across the country on trains. Whenever the train stopped, they made a speech. When the train whistle blew, the candidate quickly ended his speech and waved goodbye as the train left the station. Today, candidates travel mostly by airplane. In 1960, John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon took part in debates on television. Kennedy won the debates and then the election. Debates. Another way for people to learn what a candidate thinks about important issues is by listening to a debate. In a debate, candidates meet face-to-face to present their ideas and answer questions. People compare the candidates by listening to what each candidate has to say. They see how each one acts under pressure. Does one hesitate before answering? Is another easily shaken? By 1960, many homes had televisions. Many people watched television more. For the first time, the candidates agreed to debate on television. Chapter 3. Slogans and Symbols. Candidates use slogans and symbols to get their message across, too. A slogan is a short phrase that tells something important about a candidate. Slogans and symbols make it easier for people to remember a message. The slogans and symbols are put on buttons, signs, or bumper stickers. People wear the buttons and display the signs and stickers to show support for their candidate. Party symbols. The donkey is the symbol for the Democrats. The elephant is the symbol for the Republicans. In the 1870s, a cartoonist named Thomas Nast used these animals to stand for the two parties. The animal symbols have been used ever since. Creating an image. In 1840, General William Henry Harrison ran for president. He was a rich man who lived in a mansion in Virginia, but he wanted to seem like a man of the people. A newspaper editor made fun of Harrison. The editor said Harrison would be happy to live in a log cabin with a barrel of cider. He was really saying that Harrison would not be happy living a simple life. But Harrison and his party chose the log cabin and the cider barrel as symbols for their campaign. They won. The image of being a man of the people helped Harrison win. Conclusion. Campaigns today still use slogans, buttons, and signs. Candidates still debate, too, although the debates are on television. Today's campaigns go beyond television to the Internet. Anyone can put up videos, blogs, and websites. Reporters scan the Internet for news. YouTube beckons with videos. Sometimes these come from candidates or supporters, but sometimes people who want a candidate to lose put up information that might hurt the candidate. Today, there are many different ways to campaign. How do you think candidates will campaign in the future? We like Ike. This campaign slogan was easy, catchy, and true. Ike was General Dwight D. Eisenhower. He ran for president in 1952 and 1956 and won both times. People liked Ike. Glossary. Campaign. A series of actions planned and carried out to gain political office. Candidate. A person who seeks political office. Debate. A discussion between two persons who disagree. Democracy. A government run by the people who live under it. Election. The act of choosing by voting. Endorsement. Support. Slogan. A phrase or motto. Symbol. Something that represents something else. Responding. Target vocabulary. Word builder. Use the chart to list things that are decorated and tell why they are decorated. Copy the chart and add more words. Write about it. Text to world. Write about a favorite celebration in which something was decorated, such as a birthday cake. Tell what was being decorated and why. Use words from the chart. Target vocabulary. Beckoned, debate, decorated, gradually, hesitated, inflated, prodded, scanned, shaken, stalled. Target strategy. Infer, predict. Use text clues to figure out what isn't directly stated by the author. Word teaser. What four vocabulary words contain the past tense of eat?